What does sustainable development means to you? The best way to predict the future is to create it. This is one of the main points of BC Comfort, a company which has been over 40 years leading sustainable design and building performance. This quote sounds really good, right? But it's not saying that that future we are talking about will be the best. However, are we having the best future for us, or are we following the worst way to it? Let's think about it. The meaning of sustainable development is, in my opinion, guaranteeing the existence of new generations in the future. And for this to be done, the entire world needs to start changing its mind. It's important for people in Colombia and all around the world to have a certain definition of sustainable development so they can start making decisions that don't jeopardize the resources and the possibilities of future generations. And conversely, begin acting and promoting campaigns to find new ways of preserving life. Now, here's the definition of sustainable development by Brundtland Report. Development that satisfies the needs of the present generation without compromising the capacity of future generations of satisfying its own needs. Our society is trying to cover its own needs in a sustainable manner, but the problem begins when people confuse needs with luxuries. People are buying a lot of unnecessary things, and in this way, resources are getting depleted faster than they should. On the other hand, the point of view of Mahatma Gandhi makes the real mistake clear. There is enough in the world for human needs, but not for its avarice. Humanity needs to be aware that changes need to be done in their styles of life. We're consuming more than we need, and we're producing more than we can. In fact, sustainable development is creating a conscience in the preservation of natural resources and the appropriate use of them in our lives. The concept of sustainable development appeared at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, and with it, the fight between development and the preservation of the environment. The solution to this controversy was the coexistence between these phenomena, which implies having a healthy balance between these sides, and also for us to be conscious about it. Sustainable development is not an option. It's an urgent need if we want to last as a civilization. No matter we have heard for years this term, the question that concerns us is, what are we doing to reach sustainable development? Almost 3 years ago, the ONU established some goals about sustainable development, but its objectives required the cooperation of the whole world, and there was a long way from words to facts. We all have been witnesses of the insufficient things that are being done to save the planet. The excessive consumerism continues being promoted for buying unnecessary things that don't affect our quality of life. For this reason, it's a step back for the world that USA has decided to abandon the Treaty of Paris that looks after reducing the greenhouse gases as one of its goals. USA and China are responsible for 40% of greenhouse gases emissions of the planet. Now that this first country has gone out of the Paris treatment, it's sure its number will increase. All the things said before makes it clear that there is not enough conscience about taking care of the environment. The sad thing is that we're going big steps ahead to this tension. In addition, sustainable development was born in a capitalistic economic model that supports some politics that go against its proposals. This system promotes the individual interests, profits and more profits, competitiveness, consumerism, and valorization over anything. If we make an analysis of these elements, we can notice that they are both contradictory. Do you think it's possible to preserve the natural resources under an economic system that puts in first place the individual interests and the consumerism? This would say that no matter what, resources would be exploited with the target of increasing the wealth. In the same way, if we really want to reach sustainable development, We need to change some economic policies that rule us. In conclusion, we need to be conscious of what sustainable development implies. Note that what we are doing is nothing with regard to what we should do. And obstacles like capitalistic policies that do not allow us these objectives have to be modified. My invitation for all of you is to create a conscience about what way are we leading the future. Like Mikhail Gorbachev said, when the next generations judge the last ones about environmental topics, maybe they'll get to the conclusion that they didn't know. Let's avoid getting to the future as there are generations that knew but did not care.